What's going on, America? Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. Indulge y'all here. Snoop Dogg, who we as black people should be looking to as a perfect example of how to be a strong, educated black man or woman in America. Somebody who we want to pattern our life after, had the nerve to come out and declare that some of the black conservatives out there, I guess, in his opinion, are coons. Oh man, I said to myself when I heard this, I said, now, you know what? If Snoop is out there calling black people coons that are conservative, man, I better stop what I'm doing and run back on to the Democratic plantation, because what I don't want to happen, I don't want my people to be looking at me like I was a sellout or a coon because I speak out against the Democratic Party. You know how it is. The Democrats, you got to love them. See, you got to love them if you're black, or else that black people like this will call you names that, say, white people used to call black people, and they would call it racist and get upset. But now all of a sudden, black people are calling black people this because the same white liberals and Democrats and commentators, they can't use words like this. They can't say coon. So what they do is they use guys like Snoop and some others who do their bidding, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly. What they really think they're doing is embarrassing these black people. Let's see who's on this list here. Okay, so let's see, Terrence Williams, Candace Owens, Herman Cain. Now, all of these will run, circles around Snoop intellectually. David Harris, we got Angela Staunton, Paris, we got Pastor Durrell Scott, Diamond and Silk, the Hodges brothers, and look at that. Right in the middle, a little raccoon. Apparently this little raccoon represents what, massa, I guess? Okay. And so, knowing how Snoop feel about black people who support Trump and speak out against the most racist party that ever hit America and was responsible for all of the racism, slavery, etc., it makes me have to stop for a second and say, you know what, I got to rethink everything. I got to rethink everything if I am fearing waking up, turning on the internet and seeing my picture on here, calling me a coon. So I said to myself, before you throw an accusation out there, Snoop, with all your wisdom and understanding and pro-blackness, before you throw an accusation out there, I said I better go and snoop around a little bit and start looking at some things that I would say, if there ever was a reason to call a black person maybe a coon or a sellout, which there isn't, but based on the modern day version of what some black people feel represents a sellout or a coon, which is supporting Donald Trump or conservatives or the Republican Party, which in their mind, party of racism. That's what that is. And Donald Trump's the number one. Right now, it's a whole cast of monkey shine, and Donald Trump got the lead role. That's what they're telling us right about now. And they also convinced us to go out and start tearing down stuff to represent racism and all that. And they always want to stick microphones in, Republicans' face and say, do you disavow? Yeah, Donald Trump, listen, we heard that David Duke mentioned your name. Do you support the Klan? Do you disavow him? See, yeah, you know how they want to make Republicans confess that we don't want nothing to do with nothing that looks even potentially racist and all of that stuff. So what would happen, though, if the same reason that they are persecuting these people, they themselves are actually supporting racists? Because, see, as we look at this, I'm going to show y'all some pictures. Not hyperbole. I'm not going to sit back and tell you what I think. I'm not going to sit back and just say what I think Donald Trump might have meant when he said this. I ain't trying to sit back and infer. I'm about to show you real hardcore evidence of a reason to stick a mic in a politician's face and say, we got you on record saying this. we have you supporting this real racist, saying wonderful things about him. Do you disavow? Are you ready to send all these angry black people out there to tear down the stuff that y'all built up and support and never came out to denounce it? And all of these black people who got the nerve to be ignorant enough to call these people coons, sellouts, all that stuff. Once you read this and see what I'm about to show y'all, maybe we'll find out who's more coonish, who's more selloutish. So after Snoop Diggity Dogg and the rest of all those pro-black angry people that's down for the struggle, after you see this, please tell me how you can justify supporting the Democrat Party. Let's get into it. Now let me think, okay? Because see, I'm just going to go down memory lane. Because see, after Snoop said what he said, I was disturbed. And I said, maybe I've been hoodwinked. Maybe I've been supporting the party of racism. I done slipped, y'all. I got caught sleeping. And I don't want to be walking around and all these smart, intelligent, black people like Snoop and LeBron and all of them, that it doesn't take bravery to run along with a whole big old group, but it takes a lot of bravery for these black people that he just called coons to see through all of this stuff. Yeah, I don't want to be that person where I walk past and the black people be like, here, sellout girl. So I said, let me go and make sure that I'm not a sellout. So let's see this first picture right here. Exactly, Gizmo. Take a look at this. That lady right there is Margaret Sanger. All right. Oh, let's read a little bit about her. It said, this woman in the photograph is Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood. Well, wait a minute. I hear the Democrats mentioning Planned Parenthood all the time. Let's see. Meeting with the meeting with the Ku Klux Klan. Now, this woman right here was obviously a racist. Where was she meeting at? This was in 1926, Silver Lake, New Jersey. A strong advocate for eugenics, Sanger preached mass extinction of inferior races by what? Mass abortion. So you mean tell me this white nationalist, this woman who wants to see the extinction of black people, who is in a picture surrounded by the Klan members on a pedestal, preaching, teaching, I don't know what she's doing. You mean to tell me she started all those Planned Parenthoods that are in all these black neighborhoods? And yet this diabolical scheme that she launched many years ago that's killing millions and millions of black babies, where the original ideal and thought was to extinguish the black people, this woman is responsible for that? The same Planned Parenthood that Democrats laud and tell everybody you shouldn't be attacking Planned Parenthood, a woman got a right to choose. Okay, fine. But you telling me that you are praising and supporting Planned Parenthood that is obviously racist? Because here's my question. When they get out there on the television and encourage people to go tear down stuff, yeah, that represents racism, this right here doesn't get more clear cut than that. This woman who started Planned Parenthood was a racist. And I'm sure as we go on, we'll see all of the Democrats denouncing her. We'll see all of the Democrats that Snoop support and love disavowing her. We'll see all of these Democrats that apparently got the drop on all of us conservatives and telling us we don't know what we doing, we supporting a racist in the White House. I'm sure we will see them all saying we need to send all of these angry black people to all of these Planned Parenthoods and destroy them, because when you look at them, it should remind you of this lady standing up on this podium amongst all these Klan members preaching. Therefore, all of those are symbols of racism. Go on, y'all. Go on, start tearing them down. Burn those down. No? Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll see what Barack Obama got to say about it. I'm sure as we look, he'll probably say something like, this woman was a racist. She was horrible, and we should denounce her. And I'm sure Don Lemon and Joy Reid and CNN and MSNBC are running to Obama right now to stick a mic in his face and say, you know what, President Obama, we were so glad you denounced this woman. Okay, wait a minute. What is this? What am I looking at here? It says, on one side, the most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its members is to kill it. What kind of freaky cultic mess is that? I'm sure the black president that everybody loves right next to her will be saying, what kind of freaky cultic mess is that? Let's read what he has to say. We are truly grateful to you. Thank you. Planned Parenthood, God bless you. Now that right there seems like a serious situation of somebody praising a well-known racist. Should be disavowing, should be walking back those comments, should be telling everybody, you know what, she's a symbol of hate and racism, but he didn't. You know what, forget that. I'm sure that all the black people who voted for you know who, Hillary Clinton, I'm sure that Hillary's going to come through for us and condemn this well-known racist. Let's see. Take a look at this picture. Oh, snap. That's Hillary Clinton. Okay, well, that can't be right. So I'm sure somebody fudged it. I admire Margaret Sanger. What? Enormously. Her courage, her tenacity. What? To kill black people? Her vision to kill black people, and taking on archetypes, taking on attitudes and accusations flowing from all directions. You mean like accusations of being a eugenist and a racist and wanting to commit genocide to black people? That stuff, not warranted. According to Hillary Clinton, she was brave. And let's see, flowing from all directions. Really? Do black people know that Margaret Sanger started these Planned Parenthoods? I'm just wondering. Did they support that? Oh, okay. They weren't in on the plan. All right, I see. It says, I am really in awe over her. Whoa. Not just I respect her. I'm in awe. I'm enamored. I'm like, oh, you are a perfect example of a wonderful woman who loves all Americans, black, white, and otherwise. Okay. But I'm a little shocked because see, Snoop should be like disavowing her. Snoop should be all over this. LeBron should be all over this. Why is this white woman who they probably voted for praising this obvious racist? Where are all these black people talking about Trump? I don't see any quotes like this from him. That's all I'm saying. And if it was, they would be in Trump's face 24 hours saying, remember you said that Margaret Sanger was a wonderful woman and you were in awe. Do you still feel that way? Do you like killing black people? But nothing to Hillary. And yet people who support her are not sellouts. Just wondering. Okay, but let's continue. It says, and there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from her, like killing black people. And it says from her that we can learn from her life and from the cause she launched to kill black people. And fought for and sacrificed so bravely to kill black people. I'm starting to get a little concerned about the sellout narrative that Snoop Dogg is pushing. But you know, yeah, and let maybe I'm being a little judgmental. Maybe I'm just stepping out too far. Let me see who we got. Oh, this next picture. Let's see who this is. Oh, this is Margaret Sanger again, and Hillary. Okay, wait. Let me see what Margaret got to say. I'm sure she changed her wicked ways, and she now looks at black people as a valuable, productive person to society that should be treated equally. Colored people. Well, you know what? The Democrats don't care about that because they talking about you can't call people colored people. They just switch it up. And now y'all people are color, and we ain't supposed to catch that. So I guess it's okay now that we're no longer colored people, but we're people of color according to them. But anyway, colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. Well, wait a minute. Check myself. I'm colored. I'm pretty sure Snoop's colored. I'm pretty sure all the black people he just called coons are colored. But who's the only people who is not supporting what Hillary Clinton is saying right here? I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Is it these coons that Snoop is talking about? Are they saying, you know what, we support the party that supported her? Are they simply overlooking all of these statements by people who they love and feel that are working on behalf of black people? Or are they saying, nah, the Democratic Party is the party of racism. We just are smart enough not to follow them. We're that free thinking slave that said, I was about to be free. And all of those like Snoop and the rest of them that's posted up on the plantation still are defending these people. Who's the sellout? I'm just wondering. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. Let's check out this last one. Well, in this photo, receiving some sugar, you see Clinton, Hillary Clinton to be exact. Now, who is that wonderful white man right there who probably loves black people? I believe that might just be Robert Byrd. Now, who is this Robert Byrd and what he? Oh, this the same Robert Byrd that was like the grand poobah of what? The KKK. I don't get it. Why isn't Snoop blogging and posting Hillary Clinton's picture and all of the rest of them to support this guy, Margaret Sanger? Why isn't he creating a little meme with all of them? And then all the black people who defend the Democratic Party, along with himself, and saying that all y'all that support these Democrats are coons, are sellouts. Why isn't he doing that? I don't see Trump kissing him. I don't see Trump praising Margaret Sanger. And just for farts and giggles, let me see if I can go and dig up one more picture for you guys before we go. And I'm back. And ladies and gentlemen, in our quest to find what it would look like, perhaps if being a coon was a real thing or a sellout, I found even some more stuff that y'all might want to be interested in. Because see, we don't want Snoop looking at all us Republicans as sellouts and coons for supporting Donald Trump that ain't never said or done any of these things that I showed y'all in this video. But for some reason, we are the ones that's selling out and uninformed about our history and the black people and the politicians we support. Somehow. So, what is this? Another photo of Margaret Sanger? National Portrait Gallery won't remove bust of Planned Parenthood founder? So that's one gallery that won't remove statues or pictures or something like that. Why is she so protected? This white nationalist that wanted to kill black folks, why aren't they going in there tearing down her stuff? In fact, what is this? A statue of her? They built a statue of this woman. You got to, right? I'm sure right now as I'm looking at this, I'm sure LeBron and Snoop and all these Don Lemon and CNN and MSNBC and Hillary Clinton and creepy, sleepy, sloppy, slimy and Nancy Pelosi and all those ones that get on TV every week telling us about racism, about Trump being a racist, white nationalist, xenophobe, KKK member, are on their way to go and burn down this statue, tear it up, okay? I'm sure Antifa and Black Lives Matter done got wind of this and said, you know what? That's our number one priority. We done tore down all these other statues. I'm sure we should tear this down. In fact, let's find out what the Democrats did when black leaders asked to have it removed. Let's see. Because I'm sure the Democrats were like, yeah, absolutely, because it represents racism. Wait. So you mean to tell me that they rejected the request to tear down this white nationalist statue? Why would they do that? And if that is the case, why are Snoop and the rest of these angry black people who are misinformed still supporting them? Okay. One other thing, just for a bonus round. Let's see, because see, we hear all this stuff about the Democrats or the party that switched with the conservatives and all that stuff. It was the conservatives that end up becoming racist. So I figure since the Democrats have, just contributed so much to allowing us to come out of oppression, fighting against slavery, and giving equal rights and opportunities that they fought against all the way up to Lyndon B. Johnson, who must have got a revelation that all of this racism and Klan stuff and Jim Crow laws and Willie Lynch and all these statues that came out of people from our party that all these black people now are tearing down, all of that stuff, it ain't right. It ain't right. So out of the kindness of my own heart and my newfound love for black people, I'm going to sign the Civil Rights Act, right? I'm sure that was a turn of events that made all black people say, now the Democrats get it. We're going to stay loyal to them because they're fighting on behalf of us. They're the champions against racism, right? What? What's this? This is a picture of Lyndon B. Johnson, the one who, I bet you he did it all out of the kind of his heart, right? He really still loved black people. What did he say? Let me see. I'll have those. I wonder what that letter N stands for with the asterisk behind it. No, it's probably nothing. That's what that stands for. I'll have those nothings voting, or could it be another word? Anyway, I'll have those you-know-whats voting Democrat for the next 20 years.
Suddenly, I like to leave your island. It is not possible. Bullshit, Mr. Handman.
A Democratic president. I'm starting to be red pilled, y'all. Here I am supporting a racist party who all they did was sign this mess so they can have us voting for them. They didn't do it out the kindness of their own heart, because if he did, he wouldn't have called everybody, that N-word and everything like that, and he expresses a diabolical scheme right here in this quote by saying, I'm gonna have them all voting for us for the next 200 years, which apparently Snoop, along with many of the others that support their party, are doing just that from this racist white Democratic president that all of those Democrats that they support love, along with Margaret Sanger, along with many of their heroes that they just praise. Don't you touch that Margaret Sanger statue, and you stay away from them Planned Parenthoods, and you leave LGB alone. It is LGB, right? Yep, that is LBJ. Leave him alone, okay? But y'all can have all those other, statues and stuff like that from those ancient leaders that came out of our party. You don't see any of those presidents that were Republicans that had slaves and stuff like that. But we don't want to talk about that part of history. In fact, we would like people like Snoop and all the rest of the ignorant black people to overlook, forget all of that stuff. We don't even want it out there. In fact, would y'all please get mad and go tear all that stuff down so we don't even have to look at it and be reminded of how we solely was responsible and contributed to racism, discrimination, and fought against all the policies that help black people become equal. And now we're the champions against racism, and we're telling you guys what y'all need to be offended over, while you got idiots like Snoop and many others defending this party. So with that being said, who's the real sellout? You've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and notification button. Find me every Wednesday live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, my radio blog, talk show, and check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. If you like their products, click on something, put Kevin in the promo code, you get a 20% discount. Want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner? Feel free. It's linked below. And we'll see y'all next time. Kevin's Corner. God bless.